Alright guys, how we doing? Second part of my football rant, effectively, induced by the wonderful world of social media. Yes, social media, something I try and steer clear from, but I have been guilty, and I am guilty sometimes, of having a little scroll through, and it's not just the obvious Facebook, Twitter platforms, it's the mainstream media comment sections that have really got me riled up. And this is, again, in response to the Euros. The Euro 2020, which England are doing superbly in at the moment. Come on, England. And as I did in my last video, I'll acknowledge, of course, that football isn't everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. If you want to ignore it, if you're looking forward to getting Coronation Street back, then, well, I do judge you a little bit, but fair play, each to their own, right? But what I cannot stand is this insistence on going on and on and on about social distancing and COVID rules and all of this whenever you see one of those images, one of those videos on the news of people getting together and having a great time, and everyone's like, oh, what about the social distancing? Fuck your social distancing. Can you not, after nearly 18 months of restrictions and having our freedoms curtailed by these rules and regulations, which I'm not entirely disagreeing with, of course, but it's been so long since we've seen scenes of groups of people in any capacity and for any reason getting together, enjoying themselves and bringing the nation together as a whole to celebrate something worth celebrating. If it's not your thing, that's fine, but to look disparagingly upon these groups of people who are clearly just having a good time and enjoying themselves because they're not social distancing, fuck you. Seriously, fuck you to the moon and back. I don't care what it's about. I don't care if it was Andy Murray getting through to the final of Wimbledon, which obviously you won't now, but if it was and people were getting together and having a great time and enjoying that, then that's brilliant. Whatever it would be, it's been too long since we saw these sorts of scenes. And people are going, oh, well, they're all louts and they're all, drunkards and they're causing trouble. I've not read any reports of any violence, of any real trouble, of any riots, of any criminal damage. Now, I'm not saying there hasn't been any. Of course, you get enough drunken people together, there will be the odd problem. But that's the same with any night out, on any weekend of the year under normal circumstances. The Euros is bringing the nation together. It's giving people something to cheer on, even those people, and I know many of them who aren't traditionally football fans, are getting involved in this because it's something to get enthusiastic about. It's something to get hyped up about. It's a positive at the end of a seemingly endless stream of negatives, but yet there are people who want to be negative about it. There are people who just want to see the negative in everything, and seeing the negative in football is incredibly easy. It's very, very low-hanging fruit because, of course, they're overpaid, aren't they? We know that, but that's market forces, as I said in my last video. Nothing we can do about that. It's so easy to criticise, but what it should be doing, just embrace it. Embrace the positive feeling of the nation. Even if you don't want to watch the game, even if you don't want to watch the highlights or read about it in the newspaper, don't do that. But embrace the positive feeling of the nation. Embrace this idea that we're getting back to normality where, maybe sometime soon there'll be something come along that you enjoy, and you can then get together and enjoy that with other people in the way that we used to. Stop being so negative, and more depressing, I think, than this inherent need by some people to be negative about everything is the fact there's almost this element of brainwashing, where our first consideration is for these arbitrary rules which 18 months ago didn't exist. Social distancing. An oxymoron of the highest order. Social distancing. The two do not go hand in hand. And the fact that people are happy to support these arbitrary rules, which are going to be lifted soon anyway. The end is in sight. They've obviously acknowledged that we don't need to do this anymore, but yet you're still banging on about it over and above the positive feeling, the celebratory nation that we're currently experiencing. The success of our national team in the Euros. Yes, we can find fault, of course we can. But for fuck's sake, stop being so negative. Stop perpetuating this doom-mongering, social distancing bollocks. Enjoy it. Embrace it. And like I say, you don't have to watch the football to enjoy a lifted national mood. And that is what we're experiencing right now. Take care.